Hi, Sam.
Hey, Manny, how are you?
I am wonderfully blessed as always, and so are you. And a big congrats on Sonnie. Sonnie, your short film. It's an uplifting story of hope.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you for taking the time to watch it.
Oh, you're welcome. Now, describe Sonnie to our viewers.
Yeah, so Deon Sonnie Casey is young adult who, just fighting through life and the trials and tribulations of what it is to be a young adult, mental health stressors, things of that nature, working two jobs, 60 hours almost a week, just, fighting what it takes to be a single father in this economic climate. And yeah, he does what he can. And yeah, just was super compelled and inspired to tell his story. Just known him for quite some time working at the YMCA and how I used to work out there. And yeah, just kind of happened organically.
That's my next question. So I was going to say which came first, looking for the perfect subject or meeting Sonnie. I mean, tell us a quick genesis of how it all came about.
Yeah, so him and I went to like competing high schools. Like I went to a school called Lawrence North. He went to one called Lawrence. I went to Lawrence Central. He went to Lawrence North. So we were like rivals. So we had known each other for a while, and we're pretty relatively close in age. So I had been working out at that YMCA. He had been working there for quite some time. So we had a relationship for probably maybe 2 or 3 years beforehand. And that always kind of puts you at an advantage when working on a film, just so you already have those intimate and vulnerable kind of boundaries already established. So you don't have to work your way to get to that point. But so we already had a really good relationship. And just one day I'm on the treadmill and he just hops up next to me and he starts talking about some of these more poignant and serene moments of his life. And the way he talked about it, the way he described him, what he's been through, it was just super interesting. And I just was like, wow, like I think this has the makings of a inspiring story.
Now, are you still in contact with Sonnie then?
Yeah. We still like regularly talk. We'll text. And particularly like with this release, I've been, especially just with the whole release of the film in the last year and a half of like festivals and stuff. And I've kept him in the loop and just all the really awesome things that have happened with it.
Oh, how is his son? Sonnie.
Yeah, Noah, he's doing really well. Just being a young kid, amid COVID, especially, it's kind of hard probably to understand and just go through all that, wearing a mask and just you just want to be a child and live your life and just be careless and free. And I think Deon's probably had the hardest time, dealing with that because we were shooting like, COVID wasn't a thing. We were just, going in and out of gyms and restaurants and all that fun stuff. So I think Noah's doing well though. He's probably in third or fourth grade now. Yeah, I think so.
So you shot it during the pandemic? Is that what happened?
We shot it like right before. Like, I mean, because when I shot Sonnie, I was actually shooting my debut feature doc, and I wasn't shooting that in Indy. I was shooting that in 5 states across the Midwest. So when I wasn't out shooting that, I was back home and I was shooting with Sonnie, and that was more like almost like all of 2019. It was like from the spring to like the fall.
Now, tell us the NBC connection at the Peacock streaming, right? Streaming service.
Yeah. So in NBCLX, they had a basically like a pitch, like an RFP, like a call out for completed 5 to 12 minute doc short films. And for quite some time, I've been looking for a home for Sonnie. I didn't want to just put it like on the internet and call it a day. Like I had a couple other smaller opportunities that I considered, but like I kind of just sat on it for a while. Like it played in like 40 festivals across the country for the last year and a half. It's done really well. So I just wanted to hope for something special to happen. And I submitted it. And like a month later when I was in LA, they got back to me and they were like, hey, we'd love to pick it up and hear the things that are going to happen. And yeah, here we are now. It's been like a 2 or 3 month process, but next Wednesday it comes home.
Oh, yeah. So it's coming Wednesday, the 22nd. Is that it?
Yeah, the 22nd. So yeah, it'll be on there the 22nd through NBCLX's channel, which is available like dominantly through how they get their viewerships on Peacock. It'll also be just available through like, like the Roku app and smart TVs and even like television channels. Yeah.
So you're a graduate of Indiana University. By the way, I'm from Purdue University, Boilermakers. So we're competing. But you're primarily a documentarian, right? And you mentioned you're doing a feature film, but so you have dreams of making narrative features, or would you gallantly follow the footsteps of like Ken Burns or Michael Moore or Barbara Kopple?
Yeah. So by trade, like I got my undergrad and my grad from Indiana University. It was in this my degrees from the IU School of Informatics and Computing. So that's like all things like science, medicine, health, and technology, and art. So like it's just this culmination of things that have a little bit of idea with film, but not really. So I've been in the nonfiction space for about 4 going on 5 years now. I've started to write a bit. I really would love to do some stuff with like fiction, like scripted word, narrative stuff. Ken Burns is a legend. Michael Moore is a legend. But I would like to say my style is more or less like observational verite, which is kind of more like a Jesse Moss, which is the filmmaker that did Boy State.
Boy State, yes.
Yeah.
And he just released a new documentary, and Mayor Pete.
Yeah, and I know you've interviewed him, so it's kind of cool to like be able to talk to you, because like, man, it's like you interview all the cool people, so it's like, man, I feel lucky right now. But yeah, I'd love to be able to just start doing like some scripted stuff, and yeah, also my mentor, his name's Andrew Cohn. He just did the film The Last Shift with Richard Jenkins and Alexander Payne executive produced. So I have a good relationship with him and would love to kind of follow his footsteps and what he's doing as well.
Oh, so that's next for you. So nothing bubbling right now in either the documentary or the narrative feature genres?
Right, yeah. So right now I just wrapped up. I wrapped up production on my debut feature doc I've been working on for 3 years. That's on farmers and mental health and climate change and food production. It's executive produced by the filmmakers that made The Social Dilemma on Netflix,
Okay.
and the Mr. Rogers doc, Morgan Neville's HBO doc, Won't You Be My Neighbor. So like right now we're in the stages of finishing that, and we're looking for like our world premiere for the festival circuit, and like we're talking to like agents and all that stuff to get ready for like that whole rollout.
I can't wait to see it, and I'm sure I'll talk to you again soon, Mr. Sam. But once again, the excellent Sonnie, the fantastic documentary, won 3 regional Emmy Awards and the Kodak Motion Picture Film Bronze Award. So how cool is that? Created by my now good friend, Sam Miro, available on NBCLX at Peacock. So thank you so much, Sam. Do you have anything to add?
No, I'm just super appreciative of being able to just spend some time to hang out with you and talk about this. And yeah, no, really looking forward to the rollout. Thank you.
Oh, a big congrats on Sonnie again, and say hello from us. Say hello to Sonnie and Noah, his son, and happy holidays, okay?
Yeah, happy holidays, Manny. Thank you so much.
And stay warm. I'm from Indiana. I know how cold it gets.